This is fucking unfair. It's so unfair. Rather than me make stuff up as to what they wanted, I actually made it for what they needed right now. Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to Amplify AI. Who here, by raising your hand, it has been using custom instructions inside ChatGPT? 1, 2, 3. So the other, y'all don't know what custom instructions are? George, Avery, no, have no idea. Interesting. Cool. Okay, so this is going to change like fucking everything. So up the top here on where you have your count, there's an option here to customize ChatGPT. So if you customize ChatGPT, you notice these two main boxes. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you for better responses, which is our first box here. And then how would you like ChatGPT to respond, which is our second box here. So when I'm using ChatGPT, I wanted to know these things irrespective of how I'm using it. So this is who I am. These are my projects. These are my goals. This is what I care about. This is my communication style. How I want you to respond is like this. Again, always at the end of every response, follow up with 2 or 3 potential questions. So rather than me having to think every time, what questions should I follow up? It's already done that for me and given me 3 follow-up questions with every prompt, because that's into the custom instructions. So that's how I wanted to respond. I wanted to avoid these words. I'm telling it what to avoid. And I'm saying follow these instructions. So similar format that I have here on the left, create one for yourself. So who you are, that's your profession and role. What are your current projects and challenges? What are your interests? What are your values and principles? What are your learning styles? Create this context for yourself and put that into the first box. Then create the second context for yourself. This is how you want it to respond, and put that in this second box down here. And then you have a customized ChatGPT, which I'll show you. If I put a new chat, I'm going to be like, me, an article on penguins. I think this is used Canvas. So this is a new. Who's used Canvas here? Anyone used Canvas? You've used Canvas? Yeah, cool. So Canvas is actually a big step forward in workflow. It is a non-destructible workflow. What I mean by that is, say, for example, I select this and I go represent this as metaphor. So it's done that, but I can go back now and go to the previous version, which was not possible before. So once it was done, you just had to use that same output for the next thing and then go back. And so now you can go back a version. You can also like only edit certain parts of it. And that is a huge step forward. But what I actually want to do is just go to GPT-4, new chat, GPT-4. See how that was very different to that first version that we did. Now, while this is happening, I want to show you another version. So write me an article on penguins. And I want to add this other line. Think this through step by step and give me your reasoning. So you see how the thinking is now, it's given me the thinking. And then it's kind of said, okay, this is why I'm going to use this tone. This is why I'm going to use these other sections. And then it wrote the article. You said one line has changed everything. So context is everything. It's more important. So if you can give it more context, like I would like you to do X, Y, Z. I would like you to do that in this order. This is the process that I normally follow. Use this process. I don't want to do the process, so you use the process and you direct it. So for example, now if you wanted to create your own version, your own GPT, right? I would come down here and say explore GPTs, say create, and then under configure here, I'm going to do this. Just going to copy and paste that. I'm going to say PDM, and then I'll say, I mean, any prompt really. So now I have a specific GPT on the right hand side that is specifically a business development manager. So see what it's done here. It's based on this context of being a business owner looking to leverage AI for business development. It has taken that and suggested KPIs for that, right? And then it's broken that down here.
Is
Yeah.
that a better way than just putting it in the main GPT?
Yeah. So then now once you have this, you have your own version, which is shareable. So now I can copy this and I will just give you this link. So if I say copy and I put it in the chat here. So now you can take that and now you can use that as a business development GPT. So if you're going to reuse a certain style, then create your own GPT if you're going to reuse it.
So like if
Uh,
we have like two separate courses we're working on, for example, you'd make one for one course, one for another. One,
yeah, also you can create, for example, your own brand bot. So this bot in particular, this AI in particular, has all our brand guidelines and all the things that we should or should not do. So we can ask it. So just go in here and tagline to see how it's like refining it based on my brand guidelines. It's saying these are the things that it aligns with, and these are the things that are some consistency issues. So you can build similar things for yours. So if you have multiple courses, then can you give me an example of what you mean, Avery?
well, I was just trying to think like we have the hotel that has a brand, and then we have the ski hill, and then we're working on building a course. But also at the same time, we're building them all under our main brand, but they're just parts of our business, but they have different branding and
You could create like a brainstorming partner for each brand with all the guidelines under that brand. So the the hotel, these are our values, these are the things that we want to represent, these are the people, these are the clients, this is what feedback we get, and this is what we want to amplify. Then in the ski resort, these are the clients, these are the things, these are this. So then when you ask it, okay, should we go and develop this next and this is the budget, then it can based on all that context can give you better perspective on whether you should go ahead or not
yeah,
with whatever's
because
next.
I've been doing it all, but all in the same GPT. I just didn't know any different, so it has to like pull from.
Yeah, context is everything. So if you look here now, this is Claude. I want to show you that because you asked for that. So in Claude, you can create these projects. So this is the Amplify AI brand project. In here, I'm giving it my custom instructions, my bio, the whole copy of my book. This is DTA. You'll know what this means, Avery. This is day trading attention audience. Then this is my brand style guideline, and this is my brand identity guide. So it has all this context before it executes anything. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay.
Can you upload stuff like this into ChatGPT? All those PDFs like that?
Not at this size. So
Cool.
ChatGPT has a smaller context window than Claude. And then Gemini Pro has an even larger context window than Claude. So that's why I'm like B tool agnostic. It is not kind of worth being stuck to any one tool. But I want to show you this one here. So a while ago, in this whole brand context, in the brand Amplify AI brand, I gave it some of my YouTube data for the last 90 days, and I asked it to analyze that data. And then I said, okay, this is great. Just tell me how to improve. And it, said, okay, this is how you improve and you get better based on the data. Then I was like, now make me a project plan. Then it made me a project plan on how to take from the data and how to improve my YouTube channel based on real data. And then I was like, okay, this is great project plan. Now, what I want you to do is based on what you know right now and all the data, now I want you to just write me YouTube titles and descriptions. So then it just started to write all my YouTube titles and descriptions, including my timestamp list. As a podcaster would take hours. I'm not even joking. It's fucking hours. Like when I first started doing podcasting, we had to look at waveforms. I can look at a waveform and tell you that's an right. And then once we edited the waveform, we would have to listen to the whole thing again and type that bullshit out and have a transcript. From the transcript, we would then take the transcript after we typed it out and then write show notes based on that transcript. And then from the show notes, we would make images and then we would make social media posts. This is fucking unfair. It's so unfair what just happened. But just look at how quickly, and it does it in my voice, like because I put my transcript up, and I think I said "oi" a couple of times, so it's kind of gone "oi AI geeks" as my style of writing, and it's picked it up really well. So then I started to give it all the other ones. So here is another transcript of 96. It did that extremely well. What it's also doing here, if you notice, is like it is writing in my voice. Look, empathy isn't just a buzzword, it's your secret weapon in the AI age. We're talking about meeting your audience where they're at rather than giving them exactly what they need. It's just a refined version of how I would say it. So that is really useful. And then Claude does these really cool things where it'll make this artifact similar like this. I had done 3 webinars called Steal All My Secrets, and I think I had like 180 people register for that. When they registered for that, I asked them this question of what is the number one thing you want to learn using AI? And it was not even close to the 6-week intensive curriculum that I had planned to put out. So then I put that list of all the answers that they had, that one list of like, these are the things I want AI to do for me in my business in the next year. And I put that into this Amplify AI branding Claude thing. And I said, based on this, can you now design the 6-week intensive? So rather than me make stuff up as to what they wanted, I actually made it for what they needed right now. And this is what they were looking for, right? And I promise you that it would have not even been anywhere close if I didn't do that. Like it was so far away from what I had planned to what they really wanted or needed. So just before we wind this up, I'd love to know what is the one big thing that you got out of today.
I mean, I appreciate that you shared a lot of context about how to kind of help tune the AIs. I mean, I do that, but I mean, some of the things that you showed will help me to be able to do it a lot faster. Or in some cases, the custom instructions, I know I'd clicked past that a couple of times, didn't know really what it was for. So I think that that will help me kind of, like leave my voice there where I don't have to
Mm.
regurgitate that all the time because I'm like sitting there and going back to old chats, throwing stuff in. I was reprompting myself all the time. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. So while we're here, I want to show you something that I've been getting asked a lot. So I am launching Amplify AI Academy. AmplifyAIs.com. If you go down here to Amplify AI Officer, the idea here is it's for business owners and their leaders. So if you're a business owner and you want to use AI in the right way to grow your business, AI Academy is for you. And if you have team members or leaders inside your business, then this is the place for you. Coming up in November, we release a tool on how to, like, basically the whole podcasting tool. So instead of, if you have a podcast, that tool is going to save you like hours of time. So you just put in your transcript and it'll give you all your assets. We've got an intensive, which is how to do content marketing using AI. And then we've got a Q&A on prompting. We've got a hackathon coming up. There's a growth tactic on how to use AI to get leads. In December, we're releasing a tool on how to automate all your meeting notes. So your meeting notes will automatically get captured. Action items will be put in a separate database. All that is a tool that we released in December. And then we got an intensive on how to create images. Like we can create some ridiculous images using AI. In fact, the podcast is an AI image. That is an AI image. But like that, there are many other images that can be created that are very, now you can actually use AI to create like images like this and on your brand. So that's what we're doing in December. And then January, if you haven't seen the day trading attention AI. So what it does is instead of you reading Gary's whole book, which is day trading attention, and instead of you reading the book, understanding the book, and then finding out how to apply the book for your business, the AI will ask you 7 questions. And once you answer those questions, it'll create the whole day trading attention marketing plan for your business.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, in minutes. So there's a few things coming up inside there, and like just sort of chat with me or send me a message or something if that's something you're interested in at all. Would love to have you as part of the community.
So while I've got you,
Yeah.
really quick one. How do you cope with memory full in ChatGPT?
Well, that's the context limit it's reached. I mean, that's just inbuilt into. That's why Claude is better for more context. Gemini Pro is better for more context. So if you're doing something and you're reaching an endpoint, that means it's forgetting all the past stuff. So ChatGPT is what Facebook is to social, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's the more specific you want to be, you start to get into other tools. So Chat LLM is really good because I'm pretty sure it's only $10 a month, and you can use any of the models. So you can use 4o, Sonnet, obviously Llama, but you can use O1 Mini, Preview, Gemini Pro. You can use all of them. And then also within here, you can actually even create your own context. So you can customize that and add context. I'm not sure how they're making this work because this is $10 and Sonnet and ChatGPT is $20 a month, and then Gemini as well is $20 a month. So I don't understand. For $60 a month, you're getting it for $10 a month. It doesn't even make sense. But yeah, use this instead of you getting all different types of accounts.
Hey, Ronsley, but with this, you can't do the API, can you?
But you don't need a ChatGPT account for API. You just need an OpenAI account for that API access from the backend, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need a ChatGPT Pro account for API access.
Oh, okay. Yep. Got it.
So in the next session, I'm going to show you how to create an AI to do all your market research and how to automate that as well. You can do some really cool things where the AI will pay attention to the news for the day. It'll find the best news, and then it'll apply your commentary to that news and post it on any of your social platforms. If you're interested in that, we'll see you in the next one. See you, team. Hey, AI Geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.